I lost $500,000 in 1 hour, and it was the best thing to ever happen to me. This video is going to be a little bit different than some of the other ones on my channel, but I took a $500,000 mistake and I want you to learn from it so you don't have to do the same. Now, before I explain to you exactly how I lost $500,000 in 1 hour, I first want to walk you through how I even got to that point. Obviously, to lose $500,000 in an hour, you have to be doing decently well. So for me growing up, I didn't really have a whole lot of financial literacy. I wasn't really taught about stocks or real estate investing or anything like that. I was kind of just taught to go out there, become a lawyer, make some money, and maybe later on I can stack that money and buy, I don't know, a restaurant. When I started my business in 2018, I realized really quickly that the best return on investment I could ever make was in myself. So that's exactly what I did. I bought courses, I bought coaching programs, I bought books, I bought tickets to masterminds where I could get around, be around, and learn from some of the top people in my industry. I would pay, I don't know, $3,000 for a coaching program, and I could get one idea in there that I could put inside my business or launch a new business that literally could make me millions of dollars. And that happened time and time again. There's literally no other investment out there that you can make where you put $3,000 in and get $10 million out. After you're done investing in yourself, if you run a business, the next best place that I really like to invest is back inside my business. This could be in the form of team members, hiring people to help me grow the company. It could be in the form of paid advertising, paying to get in front of more people so that I could acquire more customers. It could be paying thousands of dollars a month for software that makes my team and myself more efficient. The idea behind it is that capital can actually help your business grow faster. Once again, I could pay somebody a few $1,000s a month, and through their efforts, they could make me tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. Still, one of the best returns on investments out there. At some point, however, you do get to the stage that your business or you or what you're doing is spinning off so much cash and so much money that you can't just throw it all right back in yourself or right back inside your business. If I just took $1 million today and put it inside my company Scaling with Systems, everything would just simply break. So instead, it's around this time that you start having to make decisions with your money, right? As your bank account starts growing and you have hundreds of thousands of dollars, then millions of dollars inside of it, you have to start making decisions as far as what do you want to do with that money. And some of those decisions can be a little intimidating. On top of that, one of the common themes I want to talk about in this video here is focus. And so for the longest time, I was just focusing on making this money, and I wasn't ever focusing on doing anything with that money. But as that money started stacking and stacking, I could feel some of my focus going away from the thing that was making me money and towards all this money that I had. Luckily, I started getting around people that had financial literacy. I started doing research, joining programs, and reading books around some passive ways that I can invest my money. The simplest form for me was just the stock market. The stock market has beat out almost every single asset class over the past 100 years. And it's one of the most passive ways that you can invest your money. So myself, I do what's called dollar cost averaging the stock market, where I put 5 figures twice a month into the S&P 500, which has historically returned about a 9% return year over year over the past few hundred years. Actually, something interesting that I learned as I became more financially literate was that keeping your money in cash is an investment in itself. The government has been printing money like crazy. And what that does is it lowers the value of your dollar. And so that's through something called inflation. And through the years, every single year, inflation could be lowering the value of your dollar by 3%, 5%, and I'll probably say 10% or 12% in the upcoming years because of all of this money printing. And so keeping your money in cash, you're investing it into something that is actually losing you 3%, 5%, or 10% every single year. So then I started looking into other things that could actually preserve the value in my money, like, I don't know, real estate, and that also had some tax deduction. But none of that is what this video is about, because with stocks and real estate, I was relatively hands off of the investing, and I could still focus most of my energy on my business. But very soon I was introduced to the wonderful world of cryptocurrency, where I was lucky that I was introduced very early on in it, and I actually invested quite a bit of money. But then there was another form of cryptocurrency and investing that I was introduced to called leverage trading. Now, I'm not going to spend a crazy amount of time talking about what leverage trading is. You guys can look that up on your own, but I will explain it a little bit, and then I'm also going to show you why it almost ruined me. Leverage trading is essentially when you trade some kind of asset like stocks, or in my case, cryptocurrency, on a platform that actually allows you to borrow more money than you have. So I was leverage trading up to 10x what my cash balances were, which means that if I put, let's say, $100,000 in, I had $1 million leverage trading that the platform let me borrow in order to either make money or, of course, lose money. So if you have a 10x leverage on your investment, that means that if the crypto market goes up 1%, it goes up 10%. Or if the crypto market goes down 1%, it goes down 10%. And really quickly, it became like a form of gambling to me. I was actually pretty good at it. And within just a few months, I took a $80,000, I think, initial investment and turned it into a $600,000 investment. Now, that sounds all fun and dandy, but in reality, what I actually realized was that it was not worth it, because I'm going to talk not just because I lost $500,000, which I'm going to talk about here in a moment, but because I was spending so much time and energy looking at the prices, buying things, researching things on the crypto side, that I wasn't even paying attention to my business anymore. I mean, the thing that has literally made me the most money in my entire life, continues to make me more money, is the most stable and secure thing in my whole life. I started moving away from that and shifting my focus, which is something I talk about in a lot of these videos, towards leverage trading, because it was literally like gambling. It was addicting for me to do. So at one point I had around $600,000 in my account, which means that I had netted $500,000 from my leverage trading, which may seem like a lot of money, but in reality, over those 4 or 5 months, I make 4 to 5 times that in my company itself, but it's not as exciting when I'm doing it through my company. So crazy enough, the day that I lost $500,000 was actually my birthday. I woke up in Breckenridge, Colorado in a gorgeous house with about 13 of my closest friends, and I remember opening up my computer to my leverage trading account like I do every single morning and seeing the insane crash that the market did. I don't remember the specifics, but I remember that Bitcoin itself went from above $60,000 to below $50,000 in a matter of like 28 hours. That's a pretty heavy blow. But then if you add in the fact that I was 10x leverage on all my positions, which means that just that drop is big enough, but then you have to 10x it because of what the leverage I was using, and it liquidated all of my positions, which means that literally in just a few hours, a birthday gift from the crypto gods, I lost every single dollar that I had put inside that leverage trading account and earned inside that leverage trading account, and all of the time and energy I put towards it over the past few months went to zero. Now, if you know me, then you know that I'm a glass half full kind of guy, and I tried to really make the best out of that, and I really look for the lesson in everything that I do here, which is why I'm making this video. But to tell you that that didn't sting a little bit, I would be totally lying. Actually, I was so addicted that I immediately put more funds in the account to try to bring my account back up again, and I lost those within a few days. It was then that I came to just this sobering realization that I want you to pay attention to here, which is I was focusing on the wrong things in my life. I was focusing on fast money, like the highs and lows of doing leverage trading and cryptocurrency and trying to make all this money doing something I really didn't know how to do. And I was starting to ignore the not sexy, maybe the not fun and the not exciting business that had made me millions of dollars over the past few years and didn't lose all its value in 24 hours. Since a few days after my birthday, I have not touched leverage trading since then. I really haven't done any trading whatsoever, and I went back full time in my business, and it has paid me massively. It's crazy to think how much actually money that I lost, not from the $500,000 from the leverage trading going down, but actually from the time and energy from the few months before that I spent, every day, every night, opening up my phone and all of my focus going towards that instead of making money inside my business. So I really hope you guys learned from my mistakes here. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not making any recommendations for you on what you do with your investments, but I will say that for myself, I've realized this time and time again, and sometimes it takes me losing $500,000 to really remind me, but what you focus on is what you achieve. And I was focusing on these highs and lows, roller coaster ride of something that wasn't really long lasting, instead of shifting my focus on building an asset that I already had built into a multi-8-figure valuation and spending my time and energy doing that, which was already almost guaranteed, versus going into something that was quote unquote sexier. If you're not happy in certain areas of your life, I really would ask you to take a second and look at where your energy, where your focus, and where your time is going. And you can usually work backwards there to figure out why that's the case. As usual, if you guys got value out of this video, please be sure to smash the like button. If you guys have done any kind of leverage or crypto trading, I would love to hear it down in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
Let's get scratching.